Right, Anthony Yarde, always putting on a show. Today was just like more entertainment. Were you born to train and entertain?
I was born to train and entertain. Absolutely.
It was a hell of a show. You're working out and you're also, you're getting everyone involved, you're getting the lions involved. Why is it always so different to everyone else's, your workouts?
I think, do you know what? It's because I don't really look at anybody else. When I do my open workouts, it's like I just let everything happen naturally. Me and Ade, we're so competitive. When you're seeing what we're doing in the ring, it's not rehearsed, it's not fake. It just happens about 3 times a week. We're mid-training and then I will say something to him and he would do something to me, or I hit him with a shot and he would say, and then we'll just start trading. Or there'll be times where Tony says, okay, cool. He will intervene and say, do what you are doing, but Anthony, don't throw no punches back, just work on your defense. And again, when you got someone like Ade swinging punches at you, it can only build in a mentality of confidence. When shots are getting thrown at you, you're just confident. But at the same time, again, doing your job of being offensive as well. So yeah, we just like being ourselves, man, entertaining.
But there must have been a time where this happened for the first time. So before, you were trained by Tony Cisse, wasn't it?
Yes.
Presumably there was no screaming lions in the camp. It would have just been like any other boxer. Can you remember the first time that it just went a bit,
Do you know what? When I was training with Tony Cisse, it was just different. Like because I used to watch a lot of Floyd Mayweather, I used to watch Roy Jones and Mike Tyson. These were guys that were very flamboyant and outspoken. That was the entertainment factor. So you will watch these guys out of the boxing ring. So it's like I picked up as well. If you watch O'Hara Davis as well, early in his career, he adopted the same thing of just talking a lot and getting people interested in him. And that's not something we actually got from Tony Cisse. Tony Cisse was one of the people saying, shut up, like, be quiet, do your job, whatever. But because we used to watch so much of these guys, you kind of start to inherit that thing of wanting to be entertaining, etc. So I found my feet, but when I started shouting lines in the camp, it's just me and Ade, when we're training, he would just start, you've seen him today, he would just start talking, he would just start motivating and start rapping and say whatever he's saying. And he used to talk about animals a lot. Because I'm a Leo, I'm a lion, he was saying, we swim with the sharks, we dance out with the crocodiles, we walk with the lions, we do this, we do that. And I shouted that one time, I went, lions in the camp. And then people that were in the gym was like, woo, like started clapping or whatever. And he kept saying it, he was like, lions in the camp. Then I said it back, lions in the camp. He said it back, lions in the camp, lions in the camp. And literally from there, it just boosted into it. Because these things was, we don't get weak, we get deep, turn up, show up, blow up. So it's like a mantra. When he starts shouting it, we know what time it is. Let's dig deep, let's work.
New gym, new environment. It feels like a new chapter for Anthony Yarde. Is that fair to say?
We're in a new gym right now. Box up gyms, led by Box Up Crams. And it's definitely a new chapter for me. More elevation, more demonstration. And this year has been a bit crazy for everybody. More for some than others, but it's just about trying to move forward from now. Seeing the positives that we can have going forward, using how we've got stronger and using our strengths now to our advantage, whether that's becoming more emotionally strong, physically strong. Anyone that's still on this planet has become stronger in some way, especially like people like myself who have had losses within their families or close to home. You've got stronger in some aspects, so it's about using that strength now as best as you can to go forward in the future.
Is it all about channeling everything that's happened to you within the last year, I guess, into your career now? Yes and no. I will channel it into my career, and the things I've been through, I will also not let it have any influence on my career, because boxing is not a sport that you fight with emotion. That's something I learned very early on. You have to learn to separate the two. What happened to me didn't happen to me in the boxing ring, it happened to me outside the boxing ring, so you got to deal with it outside the boxing ring. And when it comes to me being in the boxing gym or even being in the boxing ring, it's about switching that focus, becoming mentally focused, physically focused, and getting the boxing job done and taking the emotion out of it. How do you reflect on the Kovalev fight?
How I reflect on the Kovalev fight is nothing short of a boost. A boost to my morale, a boost to my confidence. And again, it takes away that pressure in a way. We've been at that stage, and there's always going to be new pressures. If I won the fight, there was going to be a new pressure. How the fight ended, there's a new pressure. But it takes away that initial pressure of actually fighting at that level. I've done it now, so it's like, let's keep it moving. Keep the momentum, keep striving, and see how far we can take it.
The man sitting in front of me today, how is he different to the man who was just about to fight Kovalev in Russia?
The man sitting in front of you today, still AY. Still Mr. Lions in the camp. You ain't seen nothing change. It's still exciting open workouts. We're still shouting lions in the camp. It's a mentality. It's a mindset. I keep saying this and I'll say it forever. A lion has no choice but to get up and hunt. He don't give himself no options because life gives him all the options he's got. And that's get up, and if you want to eat like you need to eat, if you need to provide for your family, you need to get up and go hunt. You need to walk through that hot safari with your big mane, sweating underneath that coat and go and hunt for that meat. If you miss a kill, you watch wildlife, you know, they chase the antelope a couple of times and miss it. Okay, next one. Same thing with boxing, same mentality. I missed the opportunity, become a world champion, chase it again, go for the next one. And you know, when you get that feed, you know, you feed your family, you feed your gang, you know. You got Stamina for Sale downstairs, you got Team AY, and you feed those around you. So that's what it's about, man, keeping that lions in the camp mentality.
So how hungry is this lion?
Starving. You see the ribs, you see the abs. Starving.
Still lots to achieve in the sport then? Most
definitely. I'm trying to achieve as much as I can in the sport. I've said it from the beginning. When I started my career, a lot of people said, "Oh, this guy's a bit, you know, big for his boots. You know, he's saying he's going to become world champion." How much of the fights did he have? 12. Ooh. Okay, I know he's a banger, but how's he going to deal with this situation? Okay, that box got ticked. Oh, how's he going to do when he fights in the top 10? That box got ticked. How's he going to do when he fights for a world title? Box got ticked. Okay, put him in Russia. That box got ticked. Okay, give him one option to win the fight, and that's win by knockout. Again, that box got ticked. And I didn't accomplish it, but I come that close. And again, it just shows you that where things seem impossible. I saw certain things that were being written. This is an impossible task for Anthony. Even Kovalev's team at the time was saying, this kid's too inexperienced. Based on the people he's fought already and how he's fought, this is an easy job for us. Bonnie McGirt, his trainer, said it. We thought this was going to be an easy night for Kovalev, and it wasn't. And we commend you. You're actually a lion. That's what the guy said to me. That's what Bonnie McGirt said to me. He goes, "You're actually really a lion." I didn't expect that at all. He goes, "Your skills impressed me." Kovalev said it as well. He goes, "Being in there with you," he goes, "it's different from the outside." He goes, "You surprised me. You're going to be a world champion." And that's the last thing me and Kovalev said to each other.
You are a bit of a role model as well, and more so, I think, within the last year, since your loss, since the way you took that loss so admirably, since the things that have happened to you, the tragedies, and the way you've responded to that, publicly put it out there. How important is it for you to be a role model to people looking up to you?
The word role model, I don't believe in it, because I'm a human being. I make mistakes. I do things wrong. I'm still learning the game of life as well. So you got your average man walking down Ilford High Street, going past Tesco, going past Sainsbury's. He might make a mistake. And if he looks to me and says, "Let me look at how you did things," I might have made the same mistake he made. The thing I will say to people to look at different examples of how to do things right. So if you've been through something and you're looking for inspiration of how to do things right or how to cope with something, look to somebody who has coped with it better than you have. I say anybody's a role model. There's somebody that you're a role model to me because you would deal with something better than I would in certain situations. Anybody's a role model. Even if you do something bad, most of the time, 90% of your time, you might do something better than me. So I look at you as like in that aspect, you're a role model to me. So I don't believe in the word being an overall role model because I make mistakes as well. But as you just said, being outspoken with the tragedies that have happened and the strength I've shown. Again, it gets hard sometimes, but I'm a person that puts my hands up and says, you know, when it's hard, just say it's hard. If you need to mourn, mourn. Even though it's like quite a while later, there's days when I feel like flat. You know, you miss the people that have gone. You know, you got to support and be around family members that are still mourning heavier than you are. But it's just about moving forward, you know, getting to that next level and being the strength for them people.
How eager are you to get back in there? You know, those small gloves, someone on the end of your punches again. You must be itching for it. I'm
actually looking forward to it, man. I haven't been in the ring for over a year now. It's the longest break I've had since I've been turned professional. So I want to come back and be the best that anyone's seen. I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm itching. But at the same time, you've got to tame it and then let it out at the right time.
Tame the lion?
Tame the lion, man. You've got to tame the lion. You have to. Again, something that I learned from the Kovalev fight as well is knowing when to let that switch off. And when you do let that switch off, being composed doing it. You have to be composed doing it. You know, when, again, I always revert back to lions, always. Or even a shark. When a lion chases its prey and it gets close, it don't get excited when it gets close to the prey. It stays taking the same strides, then it grabs the prey. They got the same technique, they go for the back legs or they go for the neck. And they have the same technique to do it. So just because it's a bigger antelope or a zebra, as Americans say zebra, they don't change their form. They don't start, because it's a bigger zebra now, they're like, oh, we need this one. Because that was me with the Kovalev fight. It's like I got to that point where like, I'm about to knock him out. I need this to happen now. And it's like I lost my cool. A lion don't lose his cool. It stays taking the same strides, grabs the lion, grabs the antelope, grabs the zebra, and they feast. So again, that's what I've learned from it, staying composed.
Is Lyndon Arthur a lion?
I don't know enough about Lyndon Arthur. My next fight is against Dev Sahni, September 12th, in a few days. Nobody exists to me right now other than Dev Sahni.
Dev Sahni said that he's going to put it on you.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Be careful with your words. That's what I'll say. Dev Sahni saying he's going to pull it on me. That's what Chris Hobbs said. When I fought Chris Hobbs, and Chris Hobbs is probably one of my best performances, I punished him for having a big mouth. After the fight, it's all respects, but I don't badmouth no one or talk about no one. I just say that I'm going to knock the person out, because that's a job that I feel like I have to do. But him saying he's going to put it on me, we'll see. We'll see.
You had the pleasure of watching Arthur versus Spellman on BT Sport. They brought you on, and you said, I'm going to make sure I get right. Okay. You said Dev Sahni wouldn't go 12 rounds with me, and you were asking where to send the invoice or for the performance. You basically said you were a bit bored.
I wasn't a bit bored. I literally almost fell asleep from boredom. And that's not even me, you know, bantering either fighter. I respect both fighters for getting in the ring, putting on a good fight, you know, challenging each other. But if Dev Sahni fights me differently and shows me something different, he might take me a few more rounds than I expect. But the performance he gave against Lyndon Arthur, in my opinion, there was a point in the fight where Lyndon Arthur could have taken him out. There was even a time when I think the corner was going to take out Dev Sahni, and then the next 2 rounds, he worked his way back into it. And I'm just a strong believer in entertainment. And in that fight, and I'm not going to talk for anybody else, but I don't think a lot of people were entertaining in that fight at all. I'm a person I'm a strong believer in entertainment. Boxing is a sport, and entertainment has a entertainment factor behind it. And when it's time to entertain, you need to entertain. Point blank. People subscribe to BT Sports to see entertainment.
Do you think you have to knock him out? Now that you've been on record saying that, you were on live television saying he wouldn't have gone 12 rounds with me, that's a whole new pressure. That's you saying, well, I'm going to do better than him. Do you think you have to?
Absolutely not. I will knock him out, but absolutely not. I've said this about almost all my opponents now. Actually, every opponent I fought, I said I'm going to knock them out. And all but one, actually not all but 2, I've knocked out. One was a 4-round fight where I broke my hand, but I still dropped the guy. It was still entertaining. There was still the crowd going, ooh, making noise. It's the entertainment factor, but I will knock out Dev Sahni.
There was a poster that Frank Warren put out.
Yes.
Loads of fights, but one that really captured the public's imagination was Anthony Yarde against Joshua Buatsi. What did you think when you saw that poster?
When I saw that post, I saw the future. And there was a lot of other fights on there that, you know, were linked into the future. They're not fights that are going to happen now within the next few months. They're fights that are going to happen when the doors open back up to the public, you know, when there's a roaring crowd and everyone's being entertained. That's when the fights are going to happen, but they're being built from now. And that's what I saw it as, you know. Me and Joshua Buatsi have actually seen each other face to face, we've spoken about it, and then we're both excited for the future. That's a fight that we want to be for a world title, and that's a fight that there needs to be a crowd. You know, people can't get robbed of that experience. We both, you know, got dreams and aspirations of headlining stadiums, headlining, you know, arenas with thousands of people in the stadium or arena. So, again, we ain't gonna let that chance go.
Do you think it's a fight that has to happen before you both retire?
100%. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And you know, God willing, you know, it's a entertaining fight for the fans. Because that's what it's about at the end of the day. You know, both of us boosting our profiles, putting on good fights for the fans, and boosting from there.
I'm sure Lyndon Arthur will be watching your show on Saturday night. He'll probably be brought onto BT the same as you.
Yeah.
Are you going to put on a show for Lyndon Arthur?
I'm putting on a show for myself and anyone else who's watching. So if Lyndon Arthur's watching, then I'm putting on a show for him as well.
Give us your final prediction then for Saturday.
I don't really make predictions, but I'll win the fight by knockout. And I will entertain the fans. So tune into BT Sports and you will not be disappointed. And you will see lions in the camp. Lions in the camp! I saw you flinch.
Yeah, you got me.
I saw you flinch, yeah.